Howdy folks, here we are on a Wednesday evening just before midnight. We're going to do some more unpacking to get totes ready to take down to the other house tomorrow. One of the things we did accomplish here is this empty bookcase on the end. I fixed one of these bookcases. You've seen them before, the back-to-back ones that I started filling mine yesterday, and I now put it on the side. Here's the other one on this side here. I've also got my great battles of history out there, the Richard Berg and Mark Herman titles. Still haven't assembled the two other 2x4 Cal axes that are going to go up there, but you saw some of these Euro games being put away, and I got some more, some Zombicide, and Apocalypse. So this is what I'm going to unload here now. So let's see what we got. Wide, flat, keep on top. Okay, I think I know what these are. These were games that could be squishy that are very wide. Where am I going to put these? Maybe up there or up there. That up there would be good stuff for more like GMT or other stuff. But, all right, let's see what we got. Okay, well, obviously these aren't wide flat. These are stuffed in here. Caverna, cave versus cave. That's a more Euro-y thing. Plop them up here. Forbidden Island. This game's a lot of fun. If you have not played it, it's a cooperative race against time. Give it a try for you wargamer dudes out there. Forbidden Desert. I have not played this one yet, but it's part of a series. I believe the last one in the series was like Forbidden Sky or something like that. Not to be confused with, there's some kind of Games Workshop miniature thing. All right, so let me finish these SPI white boxes. I think for right now, I'm just gonna temporarily stick these out of the way. Good old SPI flat trays. Two copies of Westwall. Yep. Yes, I believe one of these is missing the counters for two of the games. It's amazing what you get sometimes from different sources. Oh, Canadian Civil War. Oh, look at that. Westwall. That one's got like a manifest on it. What's missing? I don't know how many you have to do that. Get all cruddy titles and scrounge pieces to make full copies. All right, original Britannia Lou Pulsifers from Gibson Games. Yeah, so, and there was some rules changes that happened when Avalon Hill took it over. That Lou like says, wait a minute, what happened? He found that out at a convention later. Says, these raiders, why are those still out to sea? These, are supposed to land after the raiding was over. What, they're raiding units? And it's like, no, they had raiding on those turns. It was an attribute of the turn, not of the units. Decline and fall. Of course, you probably maybe noticed. Yeah, there's two of them. Another one where it's like, one's in really bad shape. That's when you're buying, games that are in ripped up, squished boxes. And you maybe get a couple for cheap and figure out what you got. Diplomacy. Really old version. Gibson Games, of course. This is actually in shrink. I do not think that's the original shrink, but it could be. So I think this up here, There, a big stack of those. That sort of not hangs over the edge. I don't know about that. A long way across this way. Don't want to stack these puppies too high, but a few of these games on top of each other, you know, aren't too bad. So yeah, don't use old school rubber bands. For those who don't know, they break, they get old, they get brittle. This here is a weird box rubber band strap from, I think it's from Flying Buffalo. Sorry, they're trying to... the best thing to do is plasti bands, which if you notice some of these here, there's a red one, orange ones on these. They are plastic bands, literally. See, here's like rubber bands, not good. I'm gonna replace those. Plasti bands. Those are archival quality. They stretch a fair bit. They don't, I mean, you can stretch them so far that they break, but you don't do that. Yeah, plasti bands. You can find them on Amazon. I believe the brand that I get is called Conserve. They have different sizes. I mostly get the, what is it, the 2-inch size. There's a miscellaneous size. 2 inches, 4 inches, I can't remember. I mean, obviously they stretch much bigger. Colonial diplomacy. Well, obviously that should really be stacked. So this is not the final sorting. I'll put them next to each other. We'll repile these. All this is subject to change, right, folks? All right, now this time let's make sure we empty John Company, Cole Worley. Stuff that there, just random games sometimes. Let's see. Nope, upside down, backwards, inside out. Yes, many of these are in shrink. I buy them way too fast. I cannot open them, read them, play them that fast. For those of you that know me, I am a avid game player of the past, but lately I've been in collection mode, trying to recollect my entire collection from my youth. And once I got all those, it's like, well, what are all the games that I had played or seen? SPI boxed. Get stuff that I liked, I saw, that I played, then games that I saw that I never had a chance to play. Padding. I should probably keep those separate. Remember what went in each. Fill back. All right. So these are Hispanic box games. So and we'll start going here. We've got selection already here. Yes, that is 3 copies of Commando. Don't ask me how I did that one. City Fight. One of these is missing counters. Again, the story, right? Why buy those? Well, sometimes you like to have extra stuff, extra pieces, just in case. Again, buy these things cheap. You can pay a huge premium. I don't think I have Modern Battles. I don't know if Modern Battles 1 ever came in a box or not. I know I have it in the flat tray. All right, so that's obviously not... yes, I know what these are. These are my duplicate copies of some... those guys, Hallenspieler. So sometimes I will buy games in bulk, in lots, you know, and they'll have a title I already have. So sometimes that's how I get duplicates. And sometimes, again, I'm not sure what the reason for duplicate Battle for the Ardennes. Invasion America. Designer's Edition, very heavy mounted map, which I believe this one is not quite straight. I hate when they have a mounted map and they don't align right. That's one of those really pissy things to me. Now, here's one of the problems with SPI. Oh no, just That's too tight. Am I going to cram it in? No, I'm not going to cram it in there. All right, what's this? This is a bunch of word. That's actually what I was rereading the rules. Gonna play that sometime in the next year. This is the designer's edition of Star Force. Again, designer's edition. Dunnigan, blow things up, nukes, bombs. No, I'm not advocating that. I'm not making light. It's just the way it is. And some of the games. All right. Great War, the East Quad. Those are 4 good World War I battles. And I think I've got an extra copy of Tannenberg, which came in the Strategy and Tactics magazine. I'll put an extra copy in there. I'll keep them with the magazines. All right. One more. And then good old After the Holocaust, a very non-game game. It's designed to collapse. Your economy can't really keep going. It's gonna end. It's gonna end poorly. Let me keep those in there. Housekeeping chores. It's the problem when you got so many games, you have to take so many multiple trips. And I've got a Jeep Compass. You can only fit so many of these things in at a time, or a certain number of banker's boxes. So we've got to take multiple trips. We've had, moving trucks take the main stuff. We've had porta boxes. They're moving pods that are small. They're not 8x16s. They're not even 8x8s. They were 8x7 by 5 3/4 or something like that. Alrighty. I am pooping out. You probably don't want to see the whole thing. It's been 12 minutes. Lou Pulsiver. Speak of Lou. Let's we'll lift this up. So not. All right, one hand. See if I drop it. There we go. Little teetery. Bear with me here. Oh, geez. I'm sure the camera's all kittywampus. The light's bad here. That's part of the problem right here now. We got lights there. Half the lights are out in the ceiling lights from the owner kitchen up there. And there's no lights up here on this part. So once I get those Cal axes, 2x4s, sideways on the top there, I'll put some kind of lamps up there pointing down. Yeah. All right, but this is all Lou box. Well, as you've seen, I usually stuff other things in there, so maybe it's not all Lou. We will see. Oh, little packing corners. These are great for shipping high-value games if you want to protect them well. And I saved them. My wife thinks I'm a crazy pack rat, but I'll tell you, I had saved so much bubble wrap and other stuff. She was very happy to use all that stuff. Good old Britannia. Now, should I put it up here with this? No. I'm going to sort out, Avalon Hill stuff and all that. For right now, let's carve out a little niche here for Lou. Put those SBIs over there. Here we go. Well, let's see, gotta sort of have somebody. So, we had Gibson's, Avalon Hill, which Lou had actually left the game design field to go work. Let me see if this guy. Oh yeah, there we go. Save a little space there, and then. Yeah, this was Fantasy Flight Games. And then the latest one, Pacific Soldier Company. This one has the Classic Edition and on the back, another map, 2-player, the Duel Edition, D-U-E-L, as in 2 players fighting a duel. That sticks out for me. We'll have to figure out how to do that one. Maybe put that on the bottom shelf or something. We'll rearrange those. All right, Lou, we got some Battle of Hastings. This is card game. Well, let's see here. That's, we can put, yeah, one's in shrink, one's open. A lot of Lou games I buy 2 to support him. Or, again, Valley Four Winds, old copy. Was missing a few pieces. Bought another copy. Oh, gee. Another Britannia. One of those is my original one that I bought in the 1980s that I kept. There was very few games that I kept. I stopped gaming in the early 90s after I got married the first time. And yeah, I basically gave them all away, sold them, gave them to Goodwill, including 2 copies of Hero Quest that were then later selling for, you know, $100, $200 a piece. All right, Stalingrad Besieged, Worthington Games. It's somewhat based on his Hastings 1066 system, but different to account for obviously World War II versus battles in England in 1066. Sea Kings, another Worthington title of Lou's. 2 copies. And oh, what's this? Jeez, another copy of well, the camera. Britannia again. This one's in shrink. This one. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to paint one of these. The pieces, when you play 2-player mode, most of the nations, states, or tribes, or kingdoms, or whatever you want to call them, change slightly in terms of, in the 2-player version, which color, like there's north and south angles, and you know, the Saxons are one color in one, and a different in one of the ones, and between the Scots or the Picts, or whether there's Caledonians or not, you know. But it'd be nice to actually have a painted set that you can tell them apart for 3- and 2-player play. All right, I think that's all empty. Do this. Sorry, folks. All right. So that's about what I emptied last time, 3. It's already 18 minutes. This is way past. Oh my God, so boring. So a little more game totes there, more. Well, let's see what's the label. And sometimes you'll know what you miss. We'll see you later. Axis and Allies, Fortress America. Big games, huh? Those could maybe go up there, or maybe once the upper, put them way up at the top of the upper calyx. So those things are huge, right? Milton Bradley. I also have a copy of the Nova edition Axis and Allies. That's really hard to find and expensive. And for those that don't know, Nova and then Jadeco bought out the Nova stock, and they released edition. And they had these little cardboard counters. Tilsit games. Those are often miniature games, not always. Yeah, well, I'll have to do those before I go to bed. I'll need the things, but let's cut it off here real quick. It's after midnight now on Wednesday night, I believe. If I go and look at the clock here. Why do you care? Oh, 11:49. I actually got done before midnight, or I will, so then I can go turn into a pumpkin and get some sleep. So, so we're going to sign off. As you can see, there's still one heck of a ton more of, again, books and role-playing stuff. Some of these might have some DVDs in them. Things. Tons. There is also, I'll give you, you want the full tour here for the last bit to see What's because, as you can tell, I'm limping along a little better here now. My leg is doing much better. Got some drugs in me and stuff. So still, many boxes, and of course there's, you know, books that I got on the shelves, some role-playing stuff there, empty shelves, more to fill. But, you know, here in the garage, there's still a big metric poop ton of stuff. These are all game bags, the blue and the black totes, more of those. Not sure what to do with that stuff. Strongman, I can lift a plate. Yeah, for those who don't know, that's a bumper plate. It's not a 45-pound plate. That's like a 10 or 15 pounders. That's so you can use an Olympic bar and learn the proper form and do deadlifts with a light weight and not kill yourself. Yeah, that's the miniature stuff. I think I showed you some pictures. I've already unloaded some Euro type games there. There'll be more, and a lot of these shelves here with Euro games. I think all the war games are gonna go upstairs. So all this stuff in here is easily 2/3 Euro games. There are, I think, in these boxes here, SPI flat trays. I should do a unboxing of those soon. But all right, so we're gonna cut it soon. Oh yes, coming soon near you. We got a weight bench here. I'm gonna put the heavy bag up there. And we're gonna start our Wargamer workout series. And that's half a joke, half serious. So anyway, let's sign off on this Wednesday evening right before midnight. Take care, everybody. Ciao.